I hope they don't scare me anymore with the big glass breaking.
A magnet for spiritual activity. No! Two figures just popped up as soon as I turned it on. What's up guys, Jody Dean here, Mr. Hunting the Dead. Welcome back to another video. Today, once again, I have found myself in Monticello, Florida. And I'll tell you guys why I came back. I got a few investigations in town, but one of them I'm at here right now. Last time I was here, I was in this antique store and I met the owner, Millie. I told her what I was doing here in town and she told me that she's had some ghostly encounters in this very building herself. We're gonna hear from her. I'm gonna do an investigation here. And last time I was here, I made quite the buzz in the town. I even made the newspaper. If you guys didn't pick up one of these, you can read it online. I will leave the link in the description below. Well, first off, just tell us your name and the name of the business.
My name is Millie Christian. The name of the business is Antiques, etc. here in Monticello.
Millie, I met you last time I was here and you told me about a few things that have happened here in the antique store and that you believe it to be haunted. You want to share any of those experiences or stories with us?
Yes, I'd like to share some. One in particular was very strange. I had three ladies in front of me right here at this counter. They had purchased a few things and I was handing them the receipt and we were chatting and nobody else was in the store. All of a sudden we hear this big loud crash glass, as though a very large glass vase had just busted, fell from the counter on the floor. We all turned our heads and it was only one row over, and we said at the same time, uh-oh, something broke. So I thought maybe somebody set something on the edge of one of the counters, the shelves, and it fell off and broke. And we immediately all walked over there to see what in the world broke. Well, there was nothing broke, but it was the biggest, loudest glass shattering. I mean, right there. You know, we're talking about 10 feet from us. So they looked at me and said, is this place haunted? I said, well, sometimes. But they've been back. They thought it was pretty neat.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. And I have a coworker, my manager, and there's been times when things have just been misplaced or out of order here. And we both tell each other, well, maybe that's our little friendly ghost again. We call him Casper. So we do have a name for him.
Have you ever seen something through the corner of your eye that made you feel like you weren't in here alone?
Several times, yes. Yes.
Guys, for as long as I can remember, I have been telling people my beliefs on thrift stores, antique stores, garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, flea markets, and why they are so tied to the paranormal. And the reason for that is because a lot of these items are personal items. They came from somebody once upon a time ago, and in many cases a lot of the people that own these items have been dead and gone for quite some time. When you think about that, let's say it's a simple hat, let's say it's a fedora. That could have been somebody's lucky hat. That could have been a gentleman's lucky hat that he wore the last 10 years of his life. Maybe he wore it the day he was dying. And you know, through the selling of these items, the disbursement of them, they end up in people's possession. And when that happens, that doesn't mean that just because we die, we suddenly are not attached to these items, that we don't care about them no more. The reason a lot of objects are haunted are because the person who owned that is now on the other side, is following those objects. So an antique store is a magnet for spiritual activity. I guarantee you, we find something in here tonight that a spirit identifies with. That right there is actually pretty cool, huh? Really old case. I don't know if it's a doctor's case or just a leather bag, but pretty cool. They're actually taking Aunt Jemima off the pancake bottles. I don't know what they're going to do, but I just heard about this the other day. You know, this is a perfect example right here. Somebody put their time and their energy into making this quilt. That could have been somebody's life passion. So would that woman want to follow her work around? It's a possibility. You ever heard anybody talking in here and you're the only person in here?
We have heard voices. And we're wondering, where did these voices come from? Then we think maybe it's next door, but there was nobody else in the building next door.
Right, I noticed it was vacant.
So I don't know, but yeah, we've heard voices and then just thought, well, maybe it's outside the building somewhere. But I don't know. Can't make out the conversation or anything.
It's a nice little broom here, or as I like to call them, a besom. Here's some vanity items on this custom vanity desk. I mean, what are the chances that maybe one of these could hold some kind of residualness? I mean, mirrors do hold spirit energy. They hold energy, period. You know, we're just talking about things that hold energy. Look at this. I believe that's an old miner's helmet.
It is.
It is? Okay. Yeah, so see, I mean, a lot of people in mines either died in the mines or died from working in the mines. They're pretty old, but they have a lot of pictures of people. And these pictures could be some kind of trigger. I mean, you know, this could be their family album and they want to follow that around. So maybe one of these spirits could possibly be here. We'll take a better look at some of these. Her school books from the 1800s. Wow. She has her grandmother's school books from the 1800s. Isn't that amazing? Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing with mirrors, you know. They hold energy of memories and stuff like that. You got to think, just because a mirror has seen something, that impression is left on the world. This one right here is a heavy duty, heavy quality antique book here. Those eyes. Some of these pictures, the way cameras took pictures back then, they make some of these pictures, I think they're beautiful, but they do create a creepiness sometimes too, you know?
They do. Yeah. You want to try to stop over there today?
I don't know if I'll be able to make it today because I have to, after I leave here, I got to go right to the Opera House. But let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, I might be able to make it either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Let me see if they're going to be there.
Just kind of walking over here and you know, feeling this place out. That's what I always like to do. I like to kind of do a little bit of a walk through and just see if, you know, anything grabs me, if I feel anything. And I do. I feel a spiritual energy in here. Nothing malevolent, nothing bad, nothing negative, just a spirit, and it could be connected to one of these items here. Alright guys, right now I'm using the ghost meter. I'm just walking around. I just want to see if maybe I can get a hit on it, on something. You can touch this meter in my hand and make it go off.
Yeah.
In just a moment here, we're going to use the SLS And we're gonna see if we can see any figures maybe standing around in here. That should be pretty cool. Did one of these hats used to belong to you maybe? If there's anyone in here besides me and Millie, if you can come forward and touch this device in my hand, you can make it light up. Let us know that you're here. Alright, so I'm not getting anything on this, but I think we'll use the spirit box and wake up things. I just explained to Millie how this works because she has not heard of this device, but we will be able to hear spirits in real time if they're here because their energy, and they're able to use their energy to project their voice through the frequency of this device. Is there anybody in here with me and Millie right now? I have a what? Can you tell me what your name is, please? I heard looking for. What are you looking for? Can you say the woman's name that owns this store, please? Is there an item in here that belongs to you? No. No. Okay. Can you tell me why you are here? Tell us who you are. Where will you go when this shop closes? Is there somebody here that you have a message for? Did you die on this property a long time ago and you're not sure where you're at? Do you have any connection to the Daffodil House, possibly, or the Palmer House? Oh. If you're in here with us right now, can you tell me where you're standing so I can find you easier? What is the woman's name that's sitting behind the counter? Can you say her name for me and I'll leave you alone? You have some connection to this building or this block maybe? We got something on here. No, turn it back off. We got something right now. I just turned this on, guys, and we already have two figures on here. I literally just turned this on. Millie, look at this. Two figures just popped up as soon as I turned it on. Right there. And you see how it's in like a human form, 2 arms, 2 legs. It almost looks like they're dancing around. Okay, one disappeared. If you want to walk back around over here, okay. Wow, that's amazing. Right away, and it's back. There's one up there. What is it doing up there? That was crazy. Can I come over there by you? I don't want to mess you up, but how close will you let me get? You're standing right in front of this china cabinet, huh? Can you lift up your arm? Now the other one's back too. Now there's one to the lower right corner. It's extremely cold right in front of me as well, which spirits put off a coldness. Dark malevolent things put off a heat signature. The closer I get, the colder it gets. Wow. He's stretching out he or she is stretching out their legs. Can you lift that arm up and wave at me, please? Lift it all the way up if you can. Look at that right there, guys. Right in front of me, like literally a 1.5 feet away, are 2 figures, and I have no idea what they would be attached to, or if they are just standing over here doing their own thing, acting like it's just a regular day. It's getting bigger. I'm getting closer to it. Wow. It's lifting its hand up. I asked it if it could do that a minute ago. What if I turn over here? I hate to lose you, but is there anything over here? So you guys can see, I know you can't hardly see much, but that's what I'm looking at over here. Now let's step back and see if these figures will come back into play. There's the one up top. It's hanging out over there by the toys. Might be a child's spirit. The one in front of the cabinet has now moved. Alright, Millie, so we caught some figures there on my SLS camera. We heard a few voices come through my spirit box. We heard some kind of noise in the front of the store while we were sitting there trying to communicate. What do you feel like maybe we did touch something while we were in here? The spirit nerve?
Definitely. Oh yeah. And because I know there's spirits in here, and from time to time you'll be able to hear something or see something. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't scare me anymore with the big glass breaking. That was pretty shattering.
That was. And what about that response? We heard that no nice and clear come through that spirit box there.
Real clear, yeah.
And I think we heard a few other things. Of course, I won't know till I slow some of them down and really listen to them. But the figures on the camera, though, what you think about that?
That was serious. That was really serious. I like that.
Okay, guys, we got a cop coming by right now, but I'm going to hit record on the digital voice recorder and do a quick EVP session here to see if we pick anything up. I'll do a real-time playback. Jody and Millie getting ready to bid the spirits here a farewell for the day. Is there anything you'd like to say to us before we go? If so, please speak in this device. Did you see yourself on my camera or hear your voice while I was here today? Would you like to say anything before I go? Alright guys, now there's a lot of sounds going on in here, they're little things, but we should be able to hear a voice if it spoke directly.
Jody and Millie getting ready to bid the spirits here a farewell for the day. Is there anything you'd like to say to us before we go? If so, please speak in this device. Did you see yourself on my camera or hear your voice while I was here today? Would you like to say anything before I go?
Alright guys, well I'm wrapping up here at Millie's Antique Store here in Monticello. Man, it was pretty beneficial. I would say that we definitely made some kind of communication here. I didn't spend a long time here, but I love Monticello. I've made some pretty good friends here, and I'll definitely be back. I might even do an investigation at Millie's actual home in the future, but we'll see. Right now I'm getting ready to head over to the Monticello Opera House, the Perkins Block building, to do a nighttime investigation there, and I very well may be doing some other places here within the next few days. Guys, hit that like button, leave comments below, make sure you share this video on all your social medias, and until next time, sweet nightmares.